take us to the top of the run in 2010 when that gold medal ended up around your neck. What was going through your head? And when you finally got to that Olympic Games and your run, and then how much of the run do you actually remember?
Yeah. So at an Olympics or a World Championships, the race is always over 2 days. So you have 3 days of training, 2 runs a day. So that's 6 runs. And then you have 2 race days, 2 runs a day. So 4 runs technically get added up together to give you your Olympic time. You can't get rid of a slow, dodgy one. They all count.
Yeah.
So for us as a skeleton slider, you could argue that the most consistent slider generally wins. You can't have a track record and fly on one of your runs, and then the next one you're down in 10th place because you hit a wall. You have to be the most consistent slider, which, to be fair, was kind of my middle name. I was always a consistent slider. I always prepared in the exact same way as my training to race. I did everything the same. So sometimes it was frustrating because I felt like I never got that much quicker on a race day.
Mm.
Ice gets prepared better, but I actually felt like I didn't really step it up as much as maybe other sliders. But then I kept that consistency. So when it came to then the Olympic race, obviously I'm nervous on day one because I always am. Um, and then I just knew, okay, I've medaled on this track the year before. We had a World Cup race. I got a silver medal on it. Okay, it's a big G-force track. It's fast. I might not enjoy it, but I'm good at those tracks. So kind of all of that knowledge was there. This track suits me. I'm good at it. I've medaled on it the year before. I got World Championships medal as well. I'm here. The body's always a bit good, bad, niggles. I've always got the injuries. But, yes, I was the strongest and fastest I've ever been. Always putting down the fastest sprints at the top or within that top 2 or 3. So, yeah, once first day of racing was done and I was in that lead, broke my own track record, I still didn't almost let that get to me
Mm.
because I'd been in that position before in, putting down first run and being in first place. Yay! And then I never made it into first place. I always dropped down to second or dropped down to third. So for me, it was like, okay, great first day. All my training runs, I was in that top 3. So my training runs proved I would get a medal out of these Olympics if I was consistent. Um, and you've still got to prepare your sled, go to sleep, eat, and wake up the next day and repeat. So I then went down as the fastest person on that second day because the fastest person goes off first. And then on the fourth and final run, you go in reverse order. So
Wow.
the changing room is getting emptier and emptier and emptier. And because you're still the fastest person, or I was, you go off last. And I think that's where psychologically you really need to have had your game plan. I didn't listen to any of the other girls' times. I didn't look at any of the timesheets. I literally put my fingers in my ears. I didn't want to know what was happening at the bottom of the track where everyone else knew the results apart from me at the top because I didn't want to listen. So, yeah, for me, it was I'm not concentrating on the other girls. I'm not looking at them. I'm not looking at their performance. The only way I'm going to win this race is to focus on me. And I'm the only one that can make my sled go faster. So that was my tactic that I had practiced over the races in that whole winter season before the Olympic Games. And I think that was very much in hindsight, probably why I didn't get to go to the Turin Winter Olympics 4 years previously, because I was just too obsessed with what the other girls were doing. What are they doing? What's their racing? Why are they quicker? You know. So I really, really tried to focus in on only me. So yeah, and kind of like saying to yourself on that last run, like, you've got to enjoy this. Like,
Mm.
it's so easy to forget to enjoy a race. There's
Yeah.
so much pressure on you, on the team, on the money that had gone into the sport and the research and development. And we knew we had to get a medal from Vancouver Olympics to keep the sport of skeleton alive, to keep the funding going. So there's so much pressure. But equally, I smiled at myself in my helmet. I saw one of my coaches. My coach who was holding my sled just pats me on the back and says, whatever he says, I can't even remember. And I knew I just had to try and enjoy the run. And yeah, I don't remember much of it. I certainly, you're counting your corners, you're going through all your steers, you know exactly what you need to do at certain times. And then you're at the bottom of the track, like, oh, okay, like I'm at the bottom of the track. By which point, everyone else knows you've won before you know you've won
Hmm.
because you're coming up a very steep outrun. There's no brakes. You've got to like come up onto your sled, you smash into a load of foam. That helps you stop. You still don't know because you haven't seen a time because it's the 4 runs being added up. So everyone else is cheering, and you're like, who are they cheering for? Are they cheering for me? Or did I actually come down too slow and someone else has won? But no, luckily, I hugged one of my coaches at the bottom and I said, oh, where did I come? And he's the one who says you're Olympic champion. And then you're like, oh,
Wow. I
like,
got goosebumps.
cool.
Yeah, listening. Yeah,
Ah,
nice.
everyone's looking at me and I get a flag and I'm like, oh, I've still got the helmet on my head. I don't even take that off. And you're all a bit flustered and like really self-conscious. And huh, if I could go back in time, I would just chill out and enjoy that moment a bit more and
Mm.
actually get the Union Jack flag out nice and not have it all scrumpled up, which it is in all the photos. And but then I was quite a shy person and you're younger, you're shy, everyone's looking at you, you're like, oh, okay, I've just won a race, yay. Like, you're, yeah, kind of different than if you would have won now and how you would react to it now to 16 years ago.
It's like the experience of winning. When you win something of that magnitude, you're not. Would you say that you weren't prepared for it in some
Oh
way?
yeah, absolutely. Because I didn't allow myself to think about it. Because to me, if you execute all of those process goals, the outcome goal will come. We've always been taught that since your GCSE PE days or whatever. Process goals. You won't don't focus on the outcome. So I had never focused on, ooh, what am I going to do if I
Mm.
win? And how am I going to pose in the photo? Or yeah, I really must take my helmet off and fluff my hair out and like I mean I had got my nails done nicely, so at least when I'm
Nice.
holding the picture of the medal, like, oh yeah, good job, my nails look nice scenario. But yeah, I had never imagined it, and yeah, I hadn't prepared for it.
And it wasn't just that you won a gold medal, right? You were. I'm hoping these stats are right. 30 years GB hadn't won a winter gold medal individually for, and you were the first woman to win a medal for 58 years.
Correct.
Those stats are pretty unbelievable. Are they
Yeah.
are they statistics that over the time that it's been since 2010 to now is it still takes a little while for it to sink in?
Yeah, they're stats that clearly you don't know.
Mm.
It's only when I went through the mix zone that Claire Bolden, BBC Sport, then interviews me and says those stats. She's got them all written down. And you're like, oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually a really big deal. You don't Google research all of that before a race. So, yeah, I feel really proud to have been the person that breaks it. And I felt very, very proud that I was bringing home a medal for my country. I was bringing it home to the Queen. That's ultimately, you're winning your medal for Great Britain, for the Queen. That was a really, really big deal to me. And then you're bringing it home for your team, the coaching, the support staff, the physios, everyone that's helped you. You don't get there completely on your own. So that was then really important. And your family and your friends have supported you the whole time. So yeah, I think also you realize, and Lizzie Arnold, our next gold medalist, she's quoted somewhere, that I made it real. I guess you switch it that it's not impossible. It's not impossible to win a gold medal in a sport where we do not even have an ice track. And as soon as someone sees that happening, oh, she's gone and done it. I can go out and do it. And so you could argue that it's just paved the way for that next generation to realize, huh, like we're good at Great Britain in skeleton. And if I'm on a program in Great Britain, I can win medals. And yes, it took a little while longer for the male for the men to bring home the medals, but Matt Weston's just gone and done it now. And yeah, I think that success breeds success. And when you watch other people around you winning and getting those medals, you then know you could do it too.